Hello and welcome everyone, Dantas here again with another Bygone Phantasm progression video. Today is gonna be from level 201 to 205. So starting with a wave on this boss wave. First you focus the guys with the big hammers because they have a lot more health compared to the ones that are showing, and try to position yourself where you can actually hit the multiple enemies in like a single line. That would be actually ideal for you. And yeah, if you repeat this, I would actually recommend you to start actually paying attention to health of enemies, because sometimes at around 90 to 80% they can trigger a shield instantaneously. That can also happen around 50 to 60%. Also during 25 to 30% and 10% of health. So if you notice those health bars, make sure your weapon charge for shield distractions are always ready. And that's about it for this level of commentary on this stage. So next commentary on the next floor. So enjoy the combat in meantime. Okay, floor 202. So here, our goal is to stack enemies together, because we need to overlap AoE. The most health and most annoying on this stage is gonna be Inquisitors, because compared to other NPCs, their strength of the shield and HP a lot higher, to the point where you can literally kill anything else on this wave would use AoE skills. Like basically, you don't even have to target those enemies; they're gonna literally just die. So main focus is try to actually stay close to enemies at all time, and move yourself that always enemies have to move towards you instead of you move towards them. So that way you can actually min-max your damage time on them. And yeah, just make sure to have always shield breaker ready for the shields. And don't make mistake like I did here, because I wrongly predicted that they're gonna trigger shield, but they actually triggered it like 2% to 3 later. But if you can pay attention to timing of the triggering shield, like at like I said before, at 90, to 55 to 60, then 25 and 10%, you're gonna have a lot more time doing damage with having prepared enough time as well to prepare your charge weapon skill. And that's about it for this commentary. Enjoy the rest of the safe combat. And here we are at 203 level. So as you can see, we got samurais. So the best way for this wave, basically move to one of the corner where the samurai is the furthest one, so others gonna move instantly to you. Because as you probably noticed by now, they, if you encounter them, sometimes can get stuck in animation and they won't move for a couple of seconds. And that couple of seconds can actually mean difference between defeating them and you running out of the time. So keep that in mind. And you keep, like I said before, again and again, start paying attention to the amount of health that enemy have, so you can predict when they're gonna actually trigger a shield and have near perfect shield breaker skill ready to go. As for this wave, what I recommend, try to keep them enemies together as always, and position yourself that they always come to you. so you don't have to run to them. And usually with the outcome of this, you're gonna end up with them literally getting perfectly stacked because they don't have any long dash animations, and that makes it easier for you to basically destroy their shields and keep them together for AoE overlapping the damage from your weapons. Okay, enjoy the rest of the combat of this floor. And here we are at the next floor, 204. So, for many, those big annoying steel spine kinda looking dogs are kinda annoying because they usually can shoot a range attack and they're not gonna move easily. So, a perfect example of your position in here can save you a lot of time of DPSing on them. And make sure when you actually want to break their shields that they have shields all together at the same time, because if you do that, they're gonna get all stunned at the same time. And if you position yourself correctly, make sure you DPS two dogs at the same time, because that big robot is not actually a problem because he's always be in your line of sight of the damage that you're actually gonna be firing at the enemies. So keep that in mind. Position always you must be facing close to those stupid big mechanical robots, and breaking shields together, so they get actually stunned for a second or two, which basically gives you an extra second of damage. And if you see like here, you always focus them instead of the robot, because looking like this, if I stay here, they all gonna come to me, and if I gotta fire, I don't know, my Samir shot or my Nemesis gun, or I don't know, any other weapon, they are gonna take damage from it. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the combat of this floor, and see you on the next one. And the final floor of this video, 205. So we got Abraham Franken as our boss. So in terms of difficulty, this boss is, I would say, much easier than, for example, like the robot, the Hynatron, something like that, which by far is the easiest one. Anyway, for this one, actually triggering the perfect stuff on this boss is very simplistic because his animations are quite long, and his shield is not that strong compared to many other bosses. And if you see, the maximum charge of his special ability is also slow. So if you have any problems on this, try to practice a time stop mechanic on him, and use your relics of cooldown as soon as possible. I would recommend, if you're using the same setup as me, to keep using rather King than my Nemesis here, because King deals more damage over time than Nemesis, and Nemesis should be only refreshed when the pylon that you see is about to run out. And with King or any other damage that you have, and make sure to prioritize damage over time than actually one of the big hits, especially against bosses, because during those damage over times, and you can use other weapons, you can actually deal a lot more damage like this, because you have more than one sort of damage incoming to the boss. So yeah, just keep practicing, especially practice on the time stop mechanic with the dodge. That can save you a lot of time and give you a lot of extra damage for the waves if you're lacking a suitable player like myself. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. My gear is after I defeat this boss. And yeah, if you like this content, just hit the subscribe button, that will help me a lot. And if you got any questions or you're struggling with any floor, feel free to leave me a comment below. I will help you and give you tips as best as I can.